Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
A hearing was held Tuesday for members of a Mitchell Legion baseball team under investigation for alleged rape. 3 of the 6 players being tried as adults asked for a transfer hearing to be tried in juvenile court as they were under 18 at the time of the alleged incident.
The defendants are expected to get their expert witness list into the judge 90 days prior to the hearing. The next hearing is set for July 1st through the 3rd. A California man is headed to prison for bringing $150,000 worth of drugs into South Dakota. Authorities pulled over Jose Gonzalez at a gas station in Brookings in 2022 after someone complained about his driving.
Police told us they searched his car and found 32 pounds of meth and fentanyl. Gonzalez was bringing the drugs from California to Minnesota. The federal judge sentenced him to more than 18 years behind bars. More than a week after she was struck by a car, a 12-year-old Washington Springs girl has died of her injuries. The Highway Patrol says the girl was crossing Highway 34 to get on her school bus when the driver lost control on the ice and hit her.
Fog may have also played a role in the crash. The girl was brought to the hospital where she passed away. At this point in the investigation, there are no charges and the victim's name hasn't been released. And firefighters in South Dakota were called in to help battle a semi-trailer fire in Wyoming. The Spearfish Fire Department says it happened Tuesday on Interstate 90 near Beulah. Officials shared these pictures of the scene.
Black smoke and flames could be seen coming from a destroyed semi-trailer. You can see flames also spread into the ditch and stretch across the interstate. Crews were able to get the fire under control shortly after arriving on scene. No injuries were reported.
Now let's get a check on our weather with meteorologist Scott Munn. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Lauren. Good morning, everybody. Areas of fog, western, central South Dakota, that will go away as these winds do start to increase. We'll have strong southerly winds in eastern and southeastern KELOLAND today and very mild air. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s for afternoon highs. That will reach south central into eastern KELOLAND. Western South Dakota will be colder as temperatures will reach the 30s and 40s. Once the winds pick up, I think the strong winds will stay with us. Probably going through much of the weekend and turning colder, too, for this coming weekend. Brian will have more details on the forecast coming up.
Sounds good. Thank you, Scott. People across South Dakota are honoring Moody County Chief Deputy Ken Prorock, who died in the line of duty last week. Flags are already flying at half-staff in Moody County in honor of Prorock. South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem has asked that flags be lowered in the rest of the state tomorrow.
His visitation is this afternoon from 5 to 8 at Chester High School. Prorock's funeral has been moved to the Dakota State University Fieldhouse in Madison. It starts at 1 p.m. tomorrow, and thousands are expected to attend. A Florida businessman who owns rental property in Sioux Falls has come under fire recently. Tuesday, Adam Hendry, the owner of Tzadik Properties, came to Sioux Falls to meet with his staff.
He also sat down with KELOLAND's Tom Hansen to talk about the number of complaints his properties generate and how regular meetings with city leaders are going.
We all want the same thing. We're working to accomplish the same thing. We've had good follow-ups. I'm going to be here in Sioux Falls for probably a month just addressing a lot of this stuff myself, and I think things are improving a lot.
Hendry's company currently has about 2,000 apartments in Sioux Falls. And the country music industry has lost a legendary singer. Toby Keith died of stomach cancer on Monday night.
Keith performed numerous times in KELOLAND. The assistant manager of the South Dakota State Fair says in 2018, Keith put on a memorable performance.
One of the things that stands out at the fair's performance is towards the end of the show, he invited military men and women up on stage with him while he sang courtesy of the red, white, and blue. And, the crowd, it was like anything that, you've ever seen before. And that's certainly something that if people are at that show, they're certainly going to remember that forever.
Riley says people felt like they had a special connection to Keith because he was down to earth and felt like one of us. Toby Keith was 62. Well, that's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at our weather with meteorologist Brian Carstens.
All right, our weather update today. Well, some fog out there this morning, and that's definitely a story to be cautious about. Western South Dakota is where most of the fog is located, although we've got some areas here between Pierre and Aberdeen. Also, even a spot there between Sisseton and Millbank that is foggy. Well, snow tonight, tomorrow, a little bit of that. Spearfish and the northern Black Hills, especially up toward Buffalo. That's a winter weather advisory. It's a combo of wind and snow, not necessarily a heavy snowstorm here, but certainly a change in the weather coming up. Let's look at the winds. This whole forecast starts with the idea that western South Dakota, you've got lighter winds in place, and that's going to continue through midday. Eastern Kettleland, stronger winds developing, and eventually we'll start routing up some shower chances. You'll notice the green there from Yankton to Mitchell. And I think we can certainly start talking more about that late this afternoon. Don't be surprised to see a few showers here and there. And these things will continue off and on this evening. It's not going to be a full rain that's continuous, but there'll be some intermittent rains, maybe a clap of thunder too in central South Dakota. Then on the backside of the storm system, the wind picks up, and that wind will be increasing during the day tomorrow from the west-northwest at 20 to 35. Could blend in a few snowflakes as some of the wraparound comes out from North Dakota tomorrow. And I would advertise even, into Friday, there could be some lingering snow showers and just overall a cooling trend. But considering where we're starting, which is so much above normal, we're just trying to correct course back to near average, and eventually I think we will get there. 63 our temperature today in Valentine, Sioux Falls at 56. The 7-day forecast, so for example this weekend, highs in the middle 30s by Saturday. That's a lot closer to average. Next week can still be in the low 40s at times. I think beyond day 7, there should be some colder weather that starts making a move here into the northern plains. We'll have more time to talk about that story in the upcoming days in the forecast. Up front today, tomorrow, expect Aberdeen to pick up some showers, and eventually a little bit of snow can kind of coat things here as we get into Thursday afternoon or into Friday morning. But temperatures are still at least in the 30s for daytime highs. Pierre, central South Dakota, we start 47 today, 41 tomorrow with that rain and, yes, a little bit of a snow combo as that system exits the region. Rapid City in the west, too. It's definitely a little more like February. We have some chances of rain and snow at least through Friday, possibly even extending into early Saturday. Check out more details online at kettleland.com.